Let's see. All right. How is that? How's that Facebook and YouTube? Let me know. Hi, Goddess Ruby. Hi, baby. Mommy loves you. Hi, boo boo. Let me know if it's working now, goddesses. Let's see. Yay, it's working. Hi. Hi, Goddess Ruby. Thank you for your beautiful energy and helping us to fix it. All right. Okay, good. So, yes, so we were talking about if we don't heal it, we pass it on. And you don't have to have kids to be passing on what you are not wanting to pass on. You are a global citizen who is here in this planet, here in this world, making this world a better place. And so we need your healing energy. We need your loving energy. You may be passing things on to folks on the subway or passing it on to me here on this broadcast. We're all in an exchange of energy all the time. And James Baldwin had this beautiful quote that was something like, some I pulled it up. Let me see. Something like, the reason why he said, I imagine that one of the reasons people cling to their hates so stubbornly is because they sense that once the hate is gone, they'll be forced to deal with their own pain. Deal with their own pain. And I know definitely when it comes to relationships, that is a big one. If we keep on holding on to the resentments, the angers, the guilt, the shame, the blame, type in the comments B if you have a lot of blame in your heart and just in your life. B, type in the comments B. Yes, yes, absolutely. B, if you have a lot of blame, we gotta free ourselves of that stuff. And I know that it's challenging. It's challenging on so many levels because we've got all kinds of layers of stuff, layers and layers and layers and layers of stuff that we are dealing with. Yes, B, I see you. Yes, B, blame. So we've got our own individual resentments that a lot of us have towards our parental figures. Type in P if you got stuff towards your parental figures. I know I have. I know that, we're human. We're human. So P, the parental stuff that a lot of us have that we have dealt with. We've got, the things that we've dealt with towards, our own peoples in our lives. The other day, on I think it was on Facebook. Somebody had left me a comment, and it was this girl who, lo and behold, in sixth grade, I've said her name before in broadcast, but now I'm old. Now I'm going to chicken out because now I know she's watching. I didn't think I ever see her interact with her again. But in sixth grade, this chick called me ugly because I had on my Michael Jackson PYT shirt. I had on a Pretty Young Thing shirt in sixth grade, or no, fifth or sixth grade. And I was feeling very cute in my PYT shirt that my mom had bought me. And she called me ugly. She was like, oh, it needs to say, instead of PYT, it needs to say UYT. And I felt so sad. I felt so hurt because she didn't just say it to me, just whatever. We were in science lab. She said it to me in front of my crush, in front of the boy I liked. And it hurt my feelings. It hurt my feelings, y'all. And so that's a small thing from sixth grade. But yeah, I had a lot of resentment and stuff in my heart towards this individual, towards this person. Thank you, beautiful ground queen says, pretty young thing that you are. Yes, a pretty young thing that I was in sixth grade. But it hurt me. And I remember feeling like, oh my God, because she said it in front of him, like, oh my God, now he's going to think I'm ugly. Now he's going to feel like, I'm broken. Now he's going to feel like something is wrong with me, or am I ugly? What's wrong with me? And those kinds of things. So we have layers of those kinds of resentments and things, that can be, we've got also then our grown-up stuff. I realized in preparing this conversation for y'all that I had some resentments and some angers towards some folks that outlasted the relationships. Do you have, let me know, don't leave me out here by myself. Type in me if you have bitterness, anger, drama, whatever it is, towards certain people that was perhaps longer than the actual relationship was. If you spent more time in unforgiveness toward people than the length of the actual relationship, then it may be time to let it go. It may be time to surrender it. Yes, thank you for Serenity, Juanita, for not leaving me out there. Thank you. Yes, my sisters who are saying Me. Yes, 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 yes. Me. I feel you on that. Thank you, Goddess Marlene. I love and appreciate you so much for that. Yes, resentments that are lasting longer than the actual relationship. Then we've got our resentments that are our fire rage, toward people that wronged people that we love, right? And then, yes, Gabrielle, I see you, Goddess Gabrielle. Yes. She said, Queen says, shaking my head, it has been time. Yes, it's been time to let all of that stuff go. Then we have the more challenging things, the generational things, the things that were perhaps not done directly to us, but the things that were done to our ancestors. We're talking about ancestral healing and the sacred gift of this deck and other tools that our ancestors are giving us for healing. But the challenge of healing, not only maybe things that were done to our ancestors way back, but the things that were done to people who look like us or maybe look different from us today in present day, things that are ongoing. How do we deal with that? How do we deal with that? The many different layers of things. I shared some time back that when I was working on this whole African Goddess project and working on the book specifically, I came across a video of an African gentleman from West Africa who was, I believe, either a chief or a prince. And he was apologizing in the video for his role, the role of his people in the slave trade. And he was saying specifically, I am sorry that I sold you, something to that effect that he said. And y'all, like those words, like it hit me like I was there, like I was like back there directly, the person, like it was somehow something happened cosmically in this video. He wasn't even specifically talking to me, between me and this gentleman, where it wasn't me and him, it was his ancestors and my ancestors, and a moment like that I needed, because I just cried and cried and cried like a baby. Like it just in that moment, it was something that I didn't even know that I needed. I had no knowledge consciously that it was something that I needed. And so there are layers and layers of forgiveness. And the anger that we can feel when other folks come forward to forgive something that we still, and I'm talking about like specifically like police violence and things that we experience here in the modern day, and folks are like, feel like they're forgiving too soon. And frankly, that do you feel like, I know that I feel like in my heart, like sometimes like that pisses me off. Like I'm like, no, like it feels like we gotta be in it to win it, like need it in the anger, in the beef, in the resentment, in the war, in the whatever it is, being in it, in the drama, in the anger. And so all of this stuff, all of these things that live, whether righteously, you know, or unrighteously, whatever it is, live in our bodies, and it lives in our hearts, and it lives in our energies. And we are gifted during this time around the sun. We are gifted this one beautiful sacred body. Give yourself a hug and just type into the comments, one beautiful sacred body, one beautiful sacred heart, one beautiful sacred mind that you are gifted in this trip around the sun, this trip that around the world that we are taking for forever, taking together. And it's just like we gotta just let some of these things go, lay down our burdens. We gotta let them go, gotta let them go, because they can be inside, just eating up your body, killing you softly. Woo, killing you softly. And we don't need these levels and layers of burdens. Yes, one beautiful sacred body, one beautiful sacred body. And I think that, a big part of it is, as James Baldwin so wisely said, that we think that, that if we let go of those things, then we got to really deal with the pain that's in it. But another part of it is that when we don't know what to do, and there's nothing that we feel that we can physically do to have undone something, or physically do to fight the power, fight the man, or whatever it is, and we don't know what to do, that holding on to that anger, that rage, that righteous anger, that sacred rage is the only thing that we feel that we can do, the only thing that we feel that we know how to do. And so a lot of times we're just doing what we know how to do. Type into the comments, I'm just doing what I know how to do. We're just doing what we know how to do. And we haven't even touched on my goddess sisters, my enlightened men, my folks, my peoples, all my peoples who are here. We haven't even touched on the ways that we need to forgive ourselves, the ways that we need to forgive ourselves, the levels. Oh my God, hit the thumbs up, hit the share button, put some positivity on your timeline. Like we need for people to see this video. So I'm going to take a pause for the cause right now. Let me get some water and just seriously give it a thumbs up or take a screenshot and share it, because this conversation, like, we need this conversation. We need this conversation. I don't even know. I'm like, what water is this? Okay. We need this conversation. We need this conversation on forgiveness. What about forgiving ourselves? So, I shared with you how, the sister in 6th grade, who doesn't even know, that's the thing, doesn't even know the impact she had on me in 6th grade, probably doesn't remember that she said it, probably never thought about it ever again, right? How many people have hurt us in our lives that are just not even aware of it? Never thought about it ever again. Just went on with their lives. Like, okay, calmly commenting on Facebook. Like, she didn't make my 6th grade crush, like, not like me. Like, hello, like, how many of us have things, whether small or large? Like, we haven't touched on the traumatic things, the abuses, the sexual abuses, the things that happen to us, the things that happen, that are in our lives. How many people have done these things and just gone on and never thought about it? Well, we would be remiss if we did not look at ourselves. If we did not look at ourselves and say, who have I harmed? Who have I hurt? It would be very, very selfish for us to have this conversation, to not look at the places that we have hurt, the places we have harmed. We're going on with our, there's somebody right now watching this going, oh, there she is on her merry way, chilling on Instagram. Like, she didn't just say whatever to me, or she didn't just do whatever to me, And so for whoever I have caused harm to, I sincerely send you a love. Forgive me, for I knew not what I did. Forgive me. I am so sorry for that. Forgive me. But also for our own self-healing, the ways that we need to forgive ourselves. Type into the comments, self, if you owe yourself some forgiveness. Type into the comments, self, if you owe yourself some forgiveness. Ooh, self, if you owe yourself some forgiveness. I sent this, let me just confess, go on and confess. One of my exes, I sent him like a Happy New Year or something like that. And I could hear back in his voice when he wrote back, Happy New Year, Abiola. Like, yeah, Happy New Year. And this is somebody that I'd sent a Happy New Year to like a couple of times in the past. And they didn't respond. So I was like, oh, good. Finally responded. Let me try to get a conversation going. I was like, oh, guess what? I moved to your neighborhood. He didn't reply. But it's okay. I understand why. I understand why he didn't reply. Because at one point in time, I told this person to leave my house and leave my life, unceremoniously, kick them to the curb, because it was not working for me. And I didn't do it in the most humanitarian, loving way possible that I could have. And so for that, I am sorry. I need to forgive myself, right? For that, I need to, be in self-forgiveness for that. But also we gotta keep it real with ourselves. There are people that we have hurt, and so forgiveness is a huge and important topic, because a lot of times, when we talk about various things from manifestation to love to whatever it is, one of the biggest things that is blocking us, the biggest blockers that we have, in our lives, to the things that we're wanting to call forth, are the places where we have unforgiveness, the places where we need to forgive ourselves, the places where we are holding on to resentments, the places where we are holding on to angers. That's the thing, that the places where we're holding on to bitterness and to anger, it's not affecting the other person. It's not affecting them. It is only affecting you. It's affecting you. It's affecting your health. It's affecting your brain. It's affecting your body. It's affecting your well-being. And if we are going to be together, you and I, all of us in the 100-year club, right? We're going to live till 100. Matter of fact, let's make it the 110-year club. Type in 110. You want to live till 110. 110. The 110 club, or 111. That's a prettier number. 111. The 111 club. We're going to be in the 111 club. Then we have to release these forgiveness, these resentments. Goddess Tanya says, you see forgiveness the same as acceptance. Absolutely not. When I talk about acceptance, I talk about accepting the fact that, and this definition comes from our divine elder, Goddess Oprah Winfrey, accepting the idea that the past could have been any different, releasing the idea that it could have been any different, that it could have gone any different. So no matter how many times I play it over in my mind, no matter how many times I play it over in my mind, nothing's going to change, right? We could revise it. Revision is a very powerful technique. It's something else, powerful metaphysical technique. But no matter how many times you hold on to anger at the person, the teacher that told you you were not good enough, the ex that broke up with you, the parent that wasn't there for you, no matter how much you hold on to whatever bitterness, anger, resentment toward them, it's not going to affect them. It's not going to change them. It's not going to change the past. You can, however, change the story that you are telling yourself about it. Type into the comments, change the story. Change the story. And here's what I mean by that. Here's what I mean by changing the story. Everything that has already happened to us, to our ancestors, to people we love, to our communities, to whomever, is at this moment only a story. It's only a story, as big as it was or as little as it was. Okay, this is big. All right, if we can get this, we can heal a lot of things. At this moment, it is only a story. So what I am sharing with you that happened in 6th grade is a story. It's a story, right? My 6th grade crush, he also sent me a Happy New Year this year. Maybe I'll tell him this story. We can and see if he even remembers it or thought of it or whatever. I don't know, but it's just a story. All of it is just a story at this point. Me having that reaction to the gentleman in West Africa who apologized for his family's role in the transatlantic slave trade, it's still only a story at this moment. All of these years later, it's a story. Even the present day things that happened yesterday, at this moment, if it's not actively happening, it is a story. And so there are certain things, yes, there are certain things that we can re-story so that we're not beating ourselves up with the same story. So this 6th grade girl, I don't know what was happening in her life. I don't know what was going on in her family. I don't know anything about her other than, she was somebody who looked like, physically the physical ideal of what was supposed to be beautiful at that time, right? So she looked like she's a Vanessa Williams type. So she was what was physically beautiful, what we looked up to, and it's still beautiful. We're all beautiful. So if you're watching this and you're a Vanessa Williams type, that's beautiful, rock out. But she was the only standard of beauty for Black people at that time, right? Or at least we believe so to be true. And so I don't know what was going on in her life. I don't know. I don't even know if she considered herself beautiful. I thought she was certainly beautiful, but I don't know that she considered herself beautiful, right? I don't know that. And so changing the story about, okay, well, this person looked at me and figured I'm black and ugly and figured that they were light and beautiful, or whatever the story was that I told at that point in time, because again, story all these years later could be something completely different. So freeing ourselves and freeing other people by changing the story, realizing that the parents only did what they knew how to do. Everybody's only doing what they know how to do. And it's challenging because you say, okay, well, yeah, rapists and murderers are doing what they know how to do too. So how do we deal with that? You deal with it in the way that is healthiest for you. And the way that is healthiest for you is that when you are able to, not right now, unless you are able to, when you are able to, in a way that is healthiest for you, freeing yourself so that you are no longer in that relationship with that person, because we are in relationship with everything around us. And so if you want to be present in your current relationships, if I want to be present for my baby girl, if I want to be present in my relationships with my loved ones, I got to stop having these relationships with folks that don't exist in my life anymore. And the same is true for you. You're in relationship with people who, if you're in relationship still with your ex who did you wrong, then you're not fully there for your current partner. You're not there fully for them if you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, or waiting for them to mess you over the way that that person messed you over, or waiting for, things to go awry because they went awry previously. You see? So this is the biggest gift we can give ourselves. And as great elder Oprah Winfrey often said, it doesn't mean you're inviting them over for a turkey dinner. Doesn't mean they're sitting across from you at Thanksgiving. No. You're forgiving them to free yourself, and they can be who they are over in their lives, and you can be who you are over in your glorious life. And that is magnificent. That is beautiful. So it's just accepting and realizing, no matter how many times I play this over, I'm freeing myself of the idea that the past could have been any different. Any different. And as you all know, I share all the time Ho'oponopono or Ho'oponopono. You've heard me pronounce it 20 different ways. The Hawaiian process for healing is a magnificent way to begin. And so next week, we're going to jump in and we're going to just do the process again. If you're needing to do it beforehand, just go to my YouTube or go to womanifesting.com, go to my site, type in forgiveness, and it'll come up. Go to my YouTube, type in forgiveness, and a video will come up, and you can just do it. Several videos will come up, and you can just do it. We'll do it together, because we need to release ourselves, because we deserve to be happy. Type into the comments, I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be happy. We need to forgive because we deserve to be free. Type into the comments, I deserve to be free. We need to forgive because you deserve to be you. Type in the comments, I deserve to be me. We need to forgive because we deserve to be fully present. Type into the comments, I deserve to be fully present. And your loved ones deserve it too. Your children, your parents and elders, your partners and spouses, your employees and employers, all deserve you to be fully you as well. Are you receiving that today, my beautiful goddesses, my beautiful enlightened men, my beautiful human beings? Are you receiving that today? Yes, 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 yes. We are receiving that today. We are letting it go. Type into the comments, I am willing to let it go. I am willing to let it go. Where is our surrender card? I am willing to let it go. I am willing to surrender. I am willing to surrender. I am willing to release it. I am willing to surrender. I am willing to release it. I am willing to surrender. Yes, 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 yes. This conversation on forgiveness is brought to you by the Pocket Deck. Available now wherever you buy decks. I love you like cook food. Thank you for this conversation today. It freed some things up for me as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. And I will see you soon. Sabona Goddess. That means we see you. Yes, thumbs up and hit the share button.